I quit. I quit. I quit. Hold up. I quit. I quit. Hey, it was cool knowing you. I'm out. I'm done. I didn't know how I was going to say it, but I knew I had to tell my boss that I quit. And it's not an easy thing to say when you work at one of the largest tech companies in the world. I mean, it's Google at the end of the day. How are you going to tell Google that you quit? It's the place people dream about.
Come, Danny.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Danny Thompson, and welcome to Between the Brackets. Hey, everybody, I'm Danny Thompson. I'm on the dev ecosystems team at Google.
And to be honest, it was never really a huge aspiration of mine to work in FAANG. And I was so grateful that I was able to do it, but it wasn't something that I sought after. It wasn't at the top of my list. And so you're probably saying, well, why'd you quit? Well, to be completely honest with you, a variety of reasons. One of them being, I just wasn't fully happy. If you follow me for any kind of time, you know I'm very big into community work and helping others and working with others and doing things like that. And that took a backseat to my role. I found myself working way more hours than I wanted to. I found myself working on, projects that were cool and they were interesting, but I found myself doing the things that I liked the least, I did the most, and the things that I loved the most, I did the least. And it just wasn't a fit for me at the end of the day. And I knew it was time for me to go when I kept waking up every day and saying, it's time to go to work. I don't want to, but I got to get it done. And it was way too many mornings in a row that I said that, where I was like, it's time for a change. And I didn't want it to affect my work. I didn't want it to affect my team. I'm very grateful that I left everything on good terms with everybody. I made sure that when I wanted to give my notice, it was actually a very, very busy time for us. And I actually withheld my notice for a little time just to make sure we hit all the deadlines that we were set out to. So I wanted to make sure everybody was taken care of. And once we hit a slow time, that's when I gave my notice and made sure everybody was good. I think one of the hardest things for people to kind of comprehend and understand is, for a lot of people, FAANG is like the dream. And I've said this for years. And it's something that I truly believe in. That it's amazing if you want to work for FAANG. It's FAANG at the end of the day, right? But Jimmy's insurance company down the street also has problems that they want to solve, and they're also paying. So whether it's FAANG or whether it's Jimmy's insurance company down the street, there are opportunities everywhere. Don't be blindsided by the goal of trying to work for a huge tech company. Does it help? Of course. There's definitely perks when you work at a big tech company. But with that also being said, there's great opportunities everywhere. There's great incomes that you can make everywhere. The name of your company does not dictate the entire future projection of your career. There are extremely, extremely successful people all over the world that have never worked at FAANG. You can find incredible opportunities anywhere that you look. What matters most, and this is key, is wherever you go, you add value, you bring your best self forward, and you showcase that you're a problem solver. And I'm very grateful that my company saw that, and I hope I can continue to live up to their expectations, if I'm being honest. But the biggest thing of all is, I'm happy. And I think that's worth a lot more than the prestigious name on a resume. So please, if you have aspirations for FAANG, it's definitely cool. Don't get me wrong, you're gonna work on some great stuff. I worked on problems that I probably never even thought of before, right? My documentation skills, out of this world. One thing, if you don't know this already, you can know this now. Working for any FAANG organization in the world or any top level tech company, documentation is key. You're gonna be documenting everything because it's just so many people working on things. Good documentation kind of keeps them in the loop. I thought I had decent documentation skills until I joined FAANG. Boy, I was wrong. My documentation skills now, it's another level. It looks fantastic. That's all I'm gonna say. It looks, chef's kiss, it's looking gorgeous. I'm actually documenting my entire onboarding process right now with my role and improving with the onboarding process, so to speak. There was a lot of steps that are missing. I'm filling those in so that way the next person that comes behind me doesn't have to experience the same pain points, right? Like really making that process seamless. And I'll be honest, it's kind of a pain when I'm doing something, trying to set up my local environments and having to keep all track of every single step that I'm doing. And I know the next person's definitely going to appreciate this because it's taking me a couple days already. And so I'm hoping this can take their entire process to a couple hours. If I can tell you anything, I'm just going to tell you this, is that you can find happiness whether it's in a top level tech company or it's a small company. But what I really, really want to implore to you is, if you want to work at a top level company, really work on your fundamentals and make sure that you're learning the things that you're supposed to be learning. But more so than that, if I could tell you anything, it's your happiness is worth more than a couple extra bucks. And if you get to the point, and it's any company, it doesn't matter where it is, but if you get to the point where you really start disliking where you're at, it's time to find a new opportunity that you're going to actually be happy at. And sometimes happiness comes in the form of more money. Sometimes happiness comes in the form of a different team and a new environment. Sometimes happiness comes in the form of a new challenge and a new idea. But I think at the end of the day, if you could do anything, just find out what you really want at the end of the day, right? Just take some time every single day and just have a conversation with yourself. Sit in a room, just meditate for 10 minutes, you know. And I don't mean meditate like, you know, kumbaya and all that. I'm just have a conversation with yourself. I think for a lot of people, we just don't talk to ourselves enough. And I think for a lot of people, they just don't know what they really want. Like, they just kind of know, they have an idea. If you actually know what you really, really want, the world will get out of your way. So find out what you really want. And I guarantee you, you're going to be way happier than you ever were before. I'll see you on the next one.
Share it on your Twitter. You can share it on your LinkedIn. You can share it on your resume. And if you really want to impress them, share it on your Tinder. I don't care. But just make sure you share it